Good morning, I'm Earth Dr. Reese Halter, and you're listening to Earthcast, SOS.com. On Wednesday, January the 13th, the Pacific Northwest endangered southern killer whales, or Orcas, which are a large extended family made up of three pods, J, K, and L, got a shocking fright. Naval sonar began pinging in Haro Strait between Victoria, British Columbia, and San Juan Island's National Monument. It's critical habitat for these incredible orcas, doctors of the sea. The Canadian government denies that the HMCS Ottawa was conducting sonar tests. And according to Beam Reach, a marine science and sustainability school, no recent AIS tracks of U.S. military vessels have been archived by marinetraffic.com, suggesting the Navy's vessels' AIS transceivers may have been turned off based on a mission. This much we do know. Members of the Salish Sea Hydrophone Network heard and recorded the pinging signature of underwater sonar. Those pings are deadly to orcas. Each of the southern resident pods are led by grandmothers or great-grandmothers. Females can live for upwards of 90 years. Males, on the other hand, live only 50 years. Females undergo menopause around the age of 45, just like female women. Female orcas become surrogate aunties, and they accumulate ecological wisdom to help guide their pod through lean food times. This year in the Pacific Northwest, the drought was vicious. Let me remind you that the climate crisis last summer, 2015, was freakishly hot and eerie dry in the Pacific Northwest. Millions of fish, salmon and trout, were killed by overheated waters of the rivers and streams. My colleagues have never seen anything like it. Sockeye salmon heading to the Columbia River to spawn died as they entered into the steamy, deadly waters. Unprecedented, said Jeff Fryer, senior fisheries scientist with the Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission. A lack of snowfall last winter denied cold water from replenishing the rivers and streams. This, combined with the hottest summer that most of the Pacific Northwest was forced to endure, caused deadly conditions for fish. The fish feed the orcas. When the spawning fish die, that means the next generation of fish are gone. Those Pacific Northwest salmon spend 7 years at sea, swim as far as Japan, then return to the Pacific Northwest to spawn and complete their life cycle. In 2014, there were plentiful salmon for the southern orcas of the Pacific Northwest, and so females calved. 7 to be exact. We haven't seen that spike in orca babies in the southern residents for decades. But like all apex predators, getting through the first 5 winters is very tough. Food is the driver. Overfishing, bloody dams, the climate crisis, and now naval sonar testing are pushing the endangered orcas into a deadly corner. Sonar testing deafens orcas. A deaf orca is a dead orca. My colleagues have crunched the numbers. There are 4 dams along the Snake River. Removing those dams would provide essential habitat for salmon, in turn, feeding the southern orca residents. According to the director of the Center for Whale Research at the University of Washington, Dr. Deborah Giles, removing those dams would provide 70% 90% of the needed food for the southern residents to thrive. Orcas are the largest dolphin. They are toothed whales. As doctors of the sea, they keep populations of their prey, fish and seals, fit by culling the old, weak, and sick. Orcas prevent diseases from becoming epidemics. We need every last one of these exquisite orcas alive and healthy because our oceans are deadly ill. Help the southern resident orcas by visiting my friends at orcasound.net. Earthcast SOS could use a helping hand. Come on to drreese.com, drreese.com, and make it happen by clicking on the donate button, or pick yourself up any number of fine books on bees, trees, and seas. Just do it. drreese.com. I'm Earth Dr. Reese Halter, reminding you to protect our planet.